open up, open up. Shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open here, open here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of PocaSPEAKS. Today is another impromptu video. Usually I know when it's time for me to record when I have something that goes on in my personal life, or something that I'm going through, or something that someone else is going through that I've given them advice on, or something that's current in my life always pops up, and I know that it's a message that I have to share. So right now, I know this is really for everybody. It feels like we are in a stagnant time. A lot of people may feel like we are in a stagnant time. We're in a stagnant position. No matter what you do, it seems like you get somewhere and then you get stuck. And then there's movement and then you're stuck. And then there's movement and then you're stuck. And I've been going through that for the last, I want to say, 2 months, where I felt like there's been progress, and then I'm stuck. And then there's progress, and then I'm stuck. And then I think that there's a door opening, and then it feels like it's slammed in my face, and I have to go to plan B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, all the alphabets, and we're no longer at plan A anymore because so much has happened that we're everywhere. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today, I just wanted to come on and be of encouragement. I know a lot of times, like I said, it really seems like we have no way out. It really feels like there's no way out, that no matter what we do, things just don't turn in our favor. No matter what we do, it seems like things don't progress as the way that we feel they should. And I just want to be of encouragement. But I battle with this on a daily. This is something that is not just, a once in a while thing. This is something that has been daily for me. And the thing that is keeping me grounded, number one, is my spirituality, my relationship with God, with spirit, source, universe, whoever you believe in. It is so important to have that foundation, because when things go wrong, or when you feel like you have no direction, it is very important that you know where your help comes from. It's very important that you know the source of your strength. It's very important that you know who to turn to in those moments. And not all the time can we go to a friend, a best friend, a sister, a relative, a mom, a dad, a cousin. Sometimes people just don't understand. Sometimes you're not going to have people that are going to pick up the phone when you need them. Sometimes you're not going to have people who are going to respond to that text message when you feel like all hell is breaking loose and you're about to lose your mind. Sometimes you're not going to have that. So in those times, what do you do? What do you do when you feel like you have nothing? Those are the times when you revert inward. Those are the times when you do self-examinations. Because a lot of the times we cause a lot of problems and we cause a lot of issues on ourselves. We create a lot of monsters that we face on a day-to-day basis. And it's so much easier to blame everything around us and everybody else around us for what we're going through, when a lot of the times it is the things that we have done that have caused the issues that we're going through. And you have to be at a place, number one, of acceptance, to realize, okay, Shania, this is from you. You did it this time. You can't sit around and blame nobody else. You can't get mad at nobody else. You can't get an attitude with nobody else. You can't be mad at nobody but you. You did it. You did it. Sorry, guys. My battery percentage popped up. But you cannot be mad at nobody but you. It's your fault sometimes. And for real, quite often, then little is usually our fault. So what do you do? Number one, pray. A lot of people, if you are a Christian, if you are Muslim, if you're Catholic, I don't care what you are. Whoever you believe in, whatever God you pray to, whoever whatever's higher source, higher power that you bow down to, pray. Number one, in your prayer, ask for direction, ask for clarity. Try to ask for and try to get an understanding of where the source of this issue is. Because nothing in this world can be healed, fixed, corrected if you don't attack the root or the source of it. You cannot cut the head off of a monster and expect for it not to grow back. It's not possible. You have to take the heart out of that issue. We not coming for the head no more. We coming for the heart. Take the heart out the issue, establish the source, figure out how to correct it, and move on. And sometimes it's all about timing. A lot of times we feel like we should be somewhere at this point. And I've dealt with that personally for a long time. I'm a 23-year-old. I'll be 24 this year in June. I feel so behind. I feel so behind. I feel like there's so many things that I should have going for myself at this point in my life that I don't. Yes, I have my own place. Yes, I have a job. Yes, I have, food and clothes on my back and shelter over my head. And I'm very appreciative. Please don't get me wrong. Because there's a lot of people my age and older than me who don't even have what I have. And God knows that I am completely appreciative for the space that He's given me. But you also can feel that in your space that you're behind. And I feel all the time that I should be better off or more established or have things more set in stone than I do. And what I've learned is sometimes we are so hard on ourselves. Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves to the point where we stress ourselves out because a lot of the times we're comparing our circumstances to other people and their situations, when you have to know your story is your story. Okay? Your plan was written for you and you only. The chapter of Shania is not about my mom. The chapter of Shania is not about my dad. The chapter of Shania is not about my significant other when I get one. Jesus, you listening? I want one, but I'm waiting on you. Sidebar. But it's not about that. It's about me. It's about my personal journey. Who knows that if God gave me all of the money that I want right now, would I know how to properly handle it? If God gave me the platform that I have in my head, would I really be prepared for it? And you have to think about it like that. If God really gave you what you wanted right now, would you take care of it? Would you really do what you're supposed to do with it right now in this mental space, in this capacity? And don't just think, yeah, I will, just because you're in the situation you're in and you want things to change. Really, really think about it. And you really have to, number one, be honest and true with yourself. Because you can lie to yourself all you want, but all it causes is more issues, more drama, turmoil, confusion. It's not healthy. If you know you got financial issues, stop asking God for $1 million and ask God for assistance or a class or some type of way to manage the finances you have now. If you are looking for a new job, have you mastered the skills of that job that you're at now to be able to move forward to another position? If you're looking for another car, do you properly take care of the car that you have right now while you're asking God for a new and better one? Sometimes when you're going through things, it's so hard to properly analyze if you're ready for that next level or not. Because you're in the moment, you feeling the heat of the moment. And I know this to be 100% true. When you're going through and you got that pressure on your back, it's like God, it's so easy to get mad at God. It's so easy to blame God. It's so easy to feel left out. It's so easy to feel like you're on a back burner, especially when you see people who let's just say what it is, okay? Who you feel like you are better than to some capacities, right? You see people who are strung out on drugs and they mean to people and they nasty to people and they alcoholics and they don't treat people right, but it seems like their life is moving for them. It seems like every time they turn around, something good is happening to them. You know those type of people where it's like, these are like the worst people. Like, they mean, they nasty, they don't treat people right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I know that I do better for people than they do. I know that to a certain capacity, I'm living a better life than they living. I know, it's like you feel like, God, I know that I deserve more. So why am I not getting it? And sometimes it's not even because you're not ready. Sometimes it's because there's something that God is doing. Sometimes God is moving things for us to make it easy. So when we get to that point, it's clear. It's an easy walkthrough. We don't have to figure it out. Prime example. So a lot of people don't know that I'm a teacher at an elementary school in Fairfax, right? Now, prior to me being a teacher, I was unemployed for almost 5 months. Okay, I was working as an executive assistant for an African American Black History company in DC, and I was with them for, it was a contracted position, basically contract to hire. And my whole plan was, you know, bang out this contract so that when I get to the hiring portion, it's easy for them to just say, you know, she's great, she's been here long enough, let's just, you know, hire her permanently, full-time, under, you know, our guidelines, whatever. So I got hired in, I want to say June, no, it was more like April or May. I got hired, right? So everything is going well, everything is going good. Actually, I think it was around March or April, but nevertheless, everything was going well. I'm banging out this whole position, you know. People in the office love me. I'm comfortable. I'm like, this is gonna be really, really good, you know. We had a big event. They do a yearly like meet up with everybody in the company and all. It was like a conference, a huge conference. And this particular one was in Indianapolis, and that was in October. So when I got hired in March or April, you know, I'm the assistant, executive assistant. So I'm right under the executive. I am her right-hand man, right? Female executive, older lady, very, very, very intelligent, but nasty attitude. She was so nasty. A lot of people in the company didn't really care for her. Nasty attitude. So I dealt with it, you know. I went through a lot on that job. I came in one day, I had cornrows to the side, and they were like red, and it wasn't completely like, it wasn't like one of those, oh my God, like that's inappropriate for the workplace. It was some lemonade braids that was red, and I had them like in a knot, kind of like this to the side. It was very professional the way I wore them. I will never forget, she came in and was like, why you got those firehouse red braids in your head? One of those, you know, sophisticated, cocky, type of black woman. Okay, she was my color. Nevertheless, okay, I went through a lot, all right? Especially me being young, and a lot of the times for females, we go through the whole jealousy thing, a lot of times with older women in the workforce, and I went through that for a long time. So we're preparing for this contract. So by the time June comes, I think I'm a couple months in, I'm like, okay, you know, what's going on with, you know, converting me over to permanent, because the contractual part of it was only supposed to be, I think, 3 to 4 months. By that time, I had been there about 3, almost 4 months. So I'm like, you know, asking all the time, okay, what's going on with the movement? What's the process? Like, she's like, oh, you know, we have to wait for the board and whatever. So I'm like, okay. October comes, we go to Indianapolis. I run a whole office. Basically, I run the whole conference, the main office of the conference, okay? So everything was going through me while she was out being pretty little executive director, you know, shaking hands and kissing babies, right? We get back from the trip. The next week, I'm let go. Okay, that was in October. That was probably like the last week of October. Because when I went out there, it was the very first week of October. We was there from the 1st to the 7th. So about the last week of October was like my last week working there. And I felt so played, bamboozled. It's like you used me to get done what you really needed to get done, and then I was disposed of. And I learned that she had went through so many assistants, because the more that she, you know, went through assistants, she was able to keep costs down and keep more money in her personal pocket. So I felt like a train had just completely hit me. And it was just like, I can't win. I had just got a new apartment with my ex at the time. So now it was all of the bills on him, which was, if anybody is in a relationship and live with a person, or marry and live with a person, you know how it is when financial issues become a part of the relationship. It causes stress completely on all areas, all sides, and it's hard to get through. So luckily I was with somebody who was very understanding at that moment and was able to take care of things. So he was a teacher, and he had been telling me about this one coworker over the course of me working at the other job. This one coworker who will always come to work late, would be intoxicated. They thought that maybe she was on, you know, drugs and different things like that. So finally, in about March, this particular person was let go. Now, mind you, the whole time I'm doing this contract, this particular person that I end up replacing had been causing issues at her job with my ex. Now he's my ex. At that time, he was my significant other. Had been causing issues. So this, I'm getting to placement. How God will allow things to happen so that when it's time for you, you're in perfect position. So to me, it was just like, every time he would tell me, I'm like, that is crazy. Like, you know, this is an awesome opportunity. The hours were great. During the day, you basically had 4 to 5 hours off during the day. You worked a split shift. You went in the morning. You came back during the day, had a little nap or two, and got some running around things done. If you had another business, you were able to do things in between. And then you would come back, finish off the day, and go home. And you had benefits. You had a very nice paycheck. You had, it was just a good position. So I'm just like, that is crazy how she just is not, you know, taking it seriously. Like, it's sad that she's going through what she's going through. But, you know, if I had the opportunity, oh my gosh. April, my ex is like, send me your resume. Let me just see, because, you know, they finally let her go. And I know they're trying to replace her. So let me just see. I was hired within 2 days. I sent my resume in day one. I did a phone interview. The next day, he was calling me with an offer. Now, I was laid off and was out of work for almost from October to April. So that's about roughly 4 to 5 months, right? Around that number. While I was off, God was positioning a whole situation for me in the background. So by the time it was time for me to do what I needed to do, the way was made so easy for me. I didn't have to do nothing, y'all. And I'm talking about a teacher position. I didn't have no experience. I've never been a teacher. I didn't have a lot of things. I didn't go to school for this. I didn't have no degrees. I didn't have a lot of stuff that was required for this position. But because I was right where God needed me to be, I was able to go right in it, okay? And do exactly what I needed to do and get the position within 24 hours. So I'm saying all of this to say, because this video is getting very lengthy, you guys know that I will run my mouth for a long time. But the basis of this video is just simply saying, don't get discouraged. Don't let go of your visions, of your dreams. Do not get in a place where you beat yourself up too much. Don't get in a place where you overthink. Don't get in a place where you become complacent. Don't get in a place where you give up. Because just when you think that God is not working in the background, I'm telling you, he will blow your mind. And I'm speaking to myself as I'm saying this. Yes, I've been at this position, but now I'm looking to elevate. I'm looking to do more. I'm looking to be more and do more of my business and different things like that. And I feel stagnant, but I know, because he's done it for me before, that while I'm going through this, he's doing things in the background. He's moving things around for me. He's like, okay, I need you to sit right there. You may feel like you're stagnant, but you're waiting for me. Because right now, in the background, I'm manipulating things. I'm getting this person ready so that when they come to you, it's easy. I'm getting this computer system ready so that when you send in your application, it's going to immediately go here instead of going there. I'm getting this, and that ready so that when it's time for you to glow, baby girl, be Simone voice, you're going to go. And you're going to walk right into it, and it's going to be so easy. It's going to be effortless. They call these a sweatless blessing. And I'm speaking over whoever is watching this video, that you receive a sweatless blessing, a blessing you didn't even have to work for, something that you weren't even expecting, unexpected blessings, unexpected miracles, unexpected whatever you're looking for, okay? So I hope that this video encouraged you guys. Really quick, I'm going to pull an oracle card just to see what I can get, okay? Like I said, I got some good reviews from these cards. So I want to pull, okay. Oops. That one came out, and then these two came out. All right. So, the first one says, stop obsessing. You are not the center of the universe. That's what it says on the back. So, this can mean to anybody. You may be obsessing over a situation. Like I said, when you're going through, you feel like you need things to happen now, and you get obsessive, and that's how sometimes you get depressed and you get anxiety. Stop obsessing. God is making this happen for you. Wait for him. Keep going about your daily routine, okay? Keep praying. Keep consulting God. Keep asking for clarity, direction, but don't obsess over the situation. Don't drive yourself crazy. And that's for me too, because there's some things going on I need to stop obsessing with and just go with the flow. The second one says, take a trip. Well, it say a little bit more than take a trip, but you get it. It said, go see some go do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. So I take this as, sometimes I know that when I go through things, I can go inward. I become a crab. I go into a shell. I block off the world because I want to I want to go through my own motions. I want to figure things out in my head. And a lot of times, sometimes we talk to people and they don't say things that we want to hear, or sometimes they can be discouraging, or they can, just make you feel even more uneasy. Go out, have fun, okay? Do things to take your mind off of what's going on and to stop obsessing, okay? I think that's the basis of what it's saying. And then this one says, get out your head. Get out of your head. That goes with this too. Stop obsessing and get out your head. It says, get into your heart. It misses you. I don't know who that's for, but get out of your head and get back into your heart, baby girl, baby boy, whoever you are. Okay? Get back into your heart. Get back into the things that you love, the things that you desire. Maybe, if you're looking for a new job, you're in your head because you're thinking more so about the money. But maybe if you think more so about what you want to do, what's in your heart, your life purpose, maybe you'll find what you're looking for. Maybe you're in your head about bills. Maybe you're in your head about, you're obsessing and you're in your head about bills, about a relationship, about whatever you're going through. Get out of your head. Look inward. pray, meditate. And one thing, let me say, prayer and meditation go hand in hand. Okay? And a lot of people that pray don't meditate, and a lot of people that meditate don't pray. They go hand in hand. Okay? When you meditate, you're blocking off the world. It's teaching you to basically seclude yourself mentally. And that is very, very hard to get to a place where you can seclude yourself mentally, because the brain, it goes a million miles an hour. Get out your head. Right? So when you meditate, if you go on YouTube, search, if you're a beginner, search guided meditations. Start with 10 to 15 minute meditations. They have, even some are 5-minute meditations. And it's basically someone guiding you through the process of slowing down your heart rate, working on your breathing, and focusing on absolutely nothing. And sometimes you need to do that. When you get, what I do is, once I get to that place of complete focus and all I can think about is my breath, all I can think about is, you know, pretty much breathing, then I start praying. Because now I know that the access way for me is made clear. Now I know that all of the things that have been troubling me, all of the things that stop us from praying, sometimes we can't get a good prayer through because there's so many other things going on in our minds. Meditation can help with anxiety. It can help with depression. It's so many things that meditation can help with. I advise everybody, okay, to try to meditate at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. I promise you, you will see the results. I promise you. Meditate 5 to 10 minutes a day and pray 2 to 3 times a day. Even if it's a little short prayer. A prayer can be, God, I need you right now. That's a prayer. That's a prayer. Okay? Prayers don't mean that you need to fall. It don't mean you need to go all in like that. You don't need a shout track behind you, and you don't need people playing the drums and keying you up on the keyboard. You don't need all of that to pray. Okay? Prayer is a simple, what word is that? I don't know. It's a simple dialogue between you and the higher power, period. So this video was, of course, a little more lengthy than I intended it to be. But get out your head, guys. Stop obsessing. Look towards the hills, to which cometh your help. Because all your help comes from the Lord. I love y'all.